Hello everyone, Andy Breeding here. Now, when you want to play a point-and-click adventure game, back in the day you would go to LucasArts. LucasArts always had the hits, like you would play them. You would look for that logo, you look for that developer, that publisher, and be like, that's the game I want to play. These days, the name you look for is, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but I don't care because I can spend all day trying to figure out the right pronunciation, or I could just say it and then you guys can correct me in the comments. Wadjet Eye Games. They are the go-to people when you want to play a point-and-click adventure. When it's stylized still in the old-school pixelated way, but still done in a new style that is mostly a pleasure to play. And they just keep cranking out the hits, cranking out the hits. With their latest game, Shardlight, will they continue to just keep cranking on the hits, or is this finally where the ball stops rolling? Let's find out what's fun and frustrating with Shardlight.
Voice acting in Shardlight is pretty damn good. Every time someone spoke, I was listening to every word, eagerly waiting for the next line of dialogue. This should come to no surprise since Wadjet Eye Games seems to always have top-notch voice acting in their games.
You had sent another technician ahead before me.
The dark and dreary setting of Shardlight may be off-putting to those who expect a little humor in their adventure games, but I found this to be a good change of pace and welcome more point-and-click adventure games to go the more serious route. Characters in Shardlight are fascinating to me. I wanted to know everything about each and every single person that I interacted with. This could be because the voice acting and writing is on point. Whatever the reason is, I had a lot of fun interacting with everyone. Puzzles are obtuse at times. I don't mind hard puzzles to solve, but when they're in the first 3 hours of the game, it adds frustration to the player when instead you should be getting the story to ramp up and get people invested in the characters and the story. Speaking of characters, I wanted to get to know them more, and sadly, we don't really get that opportunity in Shardlight. I was always hanging on in hopes that I would learn more about certain characters, and was let down when the game ended.
I can promise they are more afraid of you.
Shardlight's really hard to discern if it's a really great point-and-click adventure game or if it's just with the nature of how dark the story is and how gloomy and how there's really not that much humor in the story. This is more of a serious tone. It's hard to dictate if it's a really fun game or not, because the most time of me going through it, I wasn't not having fun. I was having fun, but I was a little, I even wouldn't say frustrated. I would say I was more taken back. Like, oh man, this is not what I usually play, or this is not what I usually see when I'm playing a Wadjet Eye game. So it was a little different. It was a little like getting used to the new tone that Shardlight was going for. Besides that, I kind of wish there was a little bit more to do situational-wise and puzzle-wise. Also wishing that the beginning puzzles weren't so obtuse. Like, it almost took me out of the game completely of like, all right, I don't want to play something that's going to rack my brain for hours on end just for one puzzle alone. That's not what I go into point-and-click adventures for. I don't want to sit down with a pen and paper, spend hours and hours and hours of trying to figure one single puzzle out. That's not something that a lot of people go to adventure games for. But besides that, it's still a fun point-and-click adventure game. Something that anybody that's interested in a point-and-click adventure game, if they're looking for something new to play on the market, you can't go wrong with Shardlight from Wadjet Eye Games. So go check out Shardlight. It's out on Steam. I believe it's out on Good Old Games. I don't know. It's wherever it's out. Go get it, play it, have some fun with it. Just go into it knowing that it's going to be a darker story and less humorous story. So going in knowing that, I think you'll have a decent amount of fun to make this title worth a purchase. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.